Hi, this is Olivia Kreider. This is my third vlog for my third intercultural interaction. For this interaction, I talked to Sean, who's been in my previous ones, over dinner in our dorm about what kind of learner he is, where his motivation to do well in classes comes from, and what he attributes his successes to. So to start off, we talked first about what his motivation is in general to do well in his classes, if he has motivation to do well in certain classes or other classes, and he said that the majority of motivation comes from the fact that he is paying for these classes, and so that's kind of an extrinsic motivator. You're paying for something, so you want to get the most out of it. You want to learn something. You want to do well and make it worth the money that you're spending on it. So that is what motivates him pretty much, to do well in college overall, to take all of his classes seriously, even if he doesn't like them. He is a human biology major, so classes that are directly related to his major, they intrinsically motivate him more. Since your major, you pick your major based on something that you want to do. He wants to learn human biology. He wants to be a doctor, so he has this internal motivation to pay attention, to really try to understand the material, because they're going to help him later on in life. He comes from a family of doctors, so and he wants to be one himself. So you can see how his family culture kind of influenced his decision-making process and where he wants to take his life. I, however, do not want to be a doctor. I do not like blood or anything like that. But two of my aunts are teachers. One taught middle school and one taught high school math. So I want to be a teacher, obviously. I'm going into the education program, so you can see how what jobs your parents have and what careers your family members have. They definitely influence what field of study you want to go into. I think because you get exposed to that. I don't have any doctors in my family, so I'm not exposed to what the lifestyle of a doctor looks like. And Sean is, and that's one of the reasons that he's going into human biology. So one of his classes is that he's taking right now is psychology, and as a human bio major, he doesn't find that it's very relevant to what he wants to go into, so he is struggling a little bit in that class to find the motivation and to do well. He finds it hard to understand or to remember all of the terms and theories and different studies that you have to remember for psychology classes. He understands the big concepts and how things relate to one another, but struggles more on just nailing home the terms and theories. So in order to study those for a test or for a quiz or something, he uses flashcards, lots of flashcards, and he will quiz himself over and over until he gets all of them right. If there's a stack of them that he gets wrong, he will go back through and read those and then quiz himself on the whole material again. So he's not just focusing on this little bit that he's getting wrong. He is re-looking at it, and then he's quizzing himself on the entire material just so that he doesn't forget something that he knew by focusing on something that he's trying to understand, if that makes sense. And he quizzes himself until he gets all of them right. And this is a study habit that I do too. I use lots of flashcards. I do the quiz, check your answer thing, until I get all of them right. And I think we both find it very effective. I'm a double major in education and psychology, and he is a human bio major. So obviously we have very different classes and different areas that we're studying, but this strategy helps both of us be successful in our classes. When the class gets really hard for him and the flashcards don't seem to be working, when he needs something more, he usually turns to other people his peers or his professor or his TA for strategies that they use to help him, that maybe can help him. So flashcards, they could work for math, they could work for English, but maybe history, you have to understand like how events relate or how things like the sequence that things happened in, and that might be like flashcards might not be a good strategy to use. So instead, someone might suggest making up a song about it, or like drawing like a picture board about it. And so, but getting exposed to these different strategies, I think, is really good and helps everyone like me and like Sean just expand their horizons in different ways to be like aware of what they're learning. So he does not believe in luck. When Sean does well on an assignment or a quiz or a test, especially in psychology, he does not say, oh, like I just got lucky. He definitely says that it's about like the effort and the work that you put into it. So he had on his psych midterm, I think he got like a 4.0 on it, but he did not say like, oh, like it was an easy test, like I was fine, I got lucky. He spent like over 10 hours studying straight, and he says that he, like, because he put all that effort into it, he just felt like really capable, and he felt really confident and competent going into the test, and that's why he passed it. So I think Sean holds, whether he's aware of it or not, he holds an incremental view of intelligence. He's definitely believes in like hard work and learning coming from that hard work, and self-esteem coming from that hard work. Not that like he's just smart, so he's just gonna do it. He works hard for every class that he takes, especially psych, which is challenging for him. So like I said, I use a study strategy as well. And I use it for all my classes, including TE 150. I find it works. And I agree with Sean that luck doesn't really play a factor in my success in the class, in my classes. If I struggle in a class, I will study more, like Sean. I think the difference between him and I as like learners is if a class like doesn't go towards my major, I like almost give it more attention than the classes that do go into my major, because like for example, Grand Valley is has like a liberal education. So like all of the freshmen have to take all of the core classes. It can be like within their specific major, and I know Michigan State kind of does this too. And I think like it's really important to like have a sense of general knowledge in a lot of different subject areas, especially for teachers. That'll just make you a better teacher, and like the wider variety of intelligence you have on different topics. So yeah, that was pretty much my third interaction. So like I said, he finds motivation extrinsically from his from paying for his classes, just in summary. He does not believe in luck. He believes in hard work and effort. The task difficulty, like if a task is harder, he will spend more time on it. But really, he approaches all of his assignments the same way as do I, no matter what their point worth is. So I look forward to doing my final vlog next week. Thank you.